These my homes. You know what I'm saying? These my boys right here. Y'all remember? Cumbar? What's it? Cumbar? Was it Cumbar for friends? Was it Cumbir? Cumbir? Is that it? Or ha? Or the ha? Some believe it's the H-H-A-T and not the C-H-A-T. We said the ka. They believe it's the ha. It's the ha. Because the ha. Man, you think you that's basically how they come up with the sound. From the hockey. So a lot of our sound, you gotta remember a lot of stuff. So it's instrumental when you say certain things that it don't sound like the cough. Because the cough is not the cough. You got it? So now you understand how important it was distinguishing what? Sound. The call. See, that's how you don't know. So now you don't know what's piped to heart. Because you're thinking cough when it's not. Actually, I'm talking wall. I'm talking build up. You're thinking cough. So that's how distinctive. Y'all got it. He told you how you don't know what's piped to heart. Except they give. So all I bet they don't sound like. People say that you don't know what you're talking about. They all had to be distinct in sound because they all play a different character. Y'all got it? And there's a different summons of obedience. Just like when we sound the Kato Sarah or we sound the Torah. These were assemblings. These were for assembling. You had to know who come first. Y'all got it? You had to know who comes second. Y'all got it? Let me say 14. Say that 1 Corinthians 14. 14, 22. Let's see where we at. Thessalonians, I'm sorry. Thessalonians. 4. 1 Thessalonians 4, 22.
Or what? Yeah, it ends at 18.
14. 4 and 14. 4, make it 4 and 12. They probably changed it. King James. Some of the other versions, they got a 52. See, that's how you got to play it off so you ain't never wrong. So they're going to come over and say, hey, you read it? Huh? Do you know NATO Jacob? Do you know NATO Jacob? Come on, no, NATO. I thought you were talking about NATO Jacob. Do you know NATO Jacob?
NATO Jacob.
All right, I'm talking about, I don't know no NATO. All right, listen, make it 12. Well, we'll start here. That's fine. I put 12, stay with 14. Listen. 4.
If we among that Yahushua moved and and Zarak again, even so, them also which sleep in Yahushua will Elohim bring with them.
Mm-hmm. See that? He said, for if we among that Yahushua died and rose again, even so the Elohim shall bring with him those who have fallen asleep in Yahushua. So this is not hard for us because we understand it from planting, right?
Yes, sir.
A seed does what?
Gotta go
it dies, but then it rises again. So we believe it based off of a principle we already know. We don't just believe it because he said Yahushua did it. We believe it because the principle is real. It's factual. Yes, is it not factual that a seed has to die? Mm-hmm. That dead seed goes in the ground that it can rise again. Mm-hmm. Well, we learned that Yahushua was the seed of Abraham and he was the seed of Yahuwah. And guess what the seed did?
Rose.
It died. And guess what we did with it? We buried it. And guess what the seed did? Everything he did is based off a practical practice that we already know about.
Yeah.
He was the seed, the noon. Mm-hmm. So we're not, people, when they tell it to you, it almost makes no sense to believe it unless you understand the things that, what he told me first of all, what do you know, man?
Things over me.
Okay, so why am I trying to tell you something about the Ruach? Because you don't know it. So it's going to make sense to come to you and approach and deal with you on what level?
As a man.
As a spirit.
Man.
Because you're not going to be able to discern. Mm-hmm. Even when he appeared to them, he tried to tell them, what did they assume when they saw him?
They say Ruach.
Ruach. No. Handle me for proof so you can discern.
Right.
So you can make a better judgment. Your judgment off.
Right.
A Ruach don't have flesh and bone. They don't have it. Handle me and see for proof. Yeah. For evidence. Because your judgment's off. It's simply because you being a man, you don't understand it. Okay? What I'm saying is all of us, so that's how we're trying to understand it. Okay? All right, so that's what he told. Even so, the Elohim shall bring with him those who have fallen asleep in
Yahushua.
You got to clear this up because somebody's going to say he's going to bring back everybody dead. He's only going to bring back those that are falling asleep in Yahushua, that die in the understanding of, in the operation of. They ain't thinking he come back with everybody. Therefore, people quote and say stuff, well, I know what they meant. I don't.
Right.
But that's not what he said.
That's right.
He's going to bring back those that follow a certain rigorous practice.
Right.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
All right, listen.
For this we say unto you by the debar of Yahuwah, that we which are Kai and remain unto the coming of Yahushua shall
Well,
not.
Adon, you use Adon. He said Yahushua or said the Lord?
Oh no, it said the Lord.
All right, Adon. All right.
The coming of the Adon shall not precede them which are asleep.
Proceed means we're not going to go before them. We're not coming before them. Okay? All right, listen.
For the Adon himself shall descend from Shamayim with a shout, and with the call of the
Rosh. We use the Rosh.
Shar Malaki.
What are you? Shah. Okay, Shah for chief. You use the Rosh Shah for prince, and then chief. Malaki, messenger, and
with the shofar of Elohim, and the moot in Mashiach shall come first.
that makes sense. That makes sense? How many of y'all that makes sense? Let me ask y'all, so why would you say it makes sense? Cause who? They were planted first? You could do that too. Let's see this in the 10th chapter of the book of Bamidbar.
Right.
They call it Numbers. I want to say something. Bamidbar, Numbers they call it, chapter 10, verse 1. Oh, they done missed it. Oh, I with you. I'm like, they got rid of 10? All right, listen. This is they call Numbers, they call it 10 and 1. Listen.
And Yahuwah the Bach spake unto Moshe, saying, Make thee two teruah of silver, one a whole piece shalt thou make them, that thou mayest use them for the horror of the assembly.
Hold on for a second. Make yourself two. Yeah, we were saying Safar. I thought on that it said something of silver. Of hammered work you shall make them, and they shall be to you for the calling, which is, what do you use the call? He's different. Yakra, of the Adar, and for having the camp set out to move out. It didn't say make one piece though. Y'all notice that? No, you didn't until I told you. The hammer gonna be beaten, but it don't say one.
This one, King James says of a whole.
Say what now?
King James says of a whole piece.
I got you. But this what you're saying. Of hammer work you shall make.
Yeah.
That's plural statement, not singular. That still made no sense because the two gonna be one. I still work it. I just can't take it from what it says right there.
King James said them two of a whole piece make them.
Make them. Molded by a hammer. Beaten out of one piece, work upright. Whole piece is what he's saying. Is this the word did we find this word there, Boston? Mishka. And Mishka for hammered work. So that's how they would have came up with it. That makes sense now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go him, because based off of looking, when he said in the statement we read, it didn't say that. Rounded work, molded work by hammer. Let's see what it is. Look this up in English. Molded. I know some of y'all know it from your baby picture. But I gotta look at it from him. I mean, that's all I know as a man. Oh, mold. ED. Molded. Form an object out of a, what's that? Malleable metal, material. Influence the information. Fashion. Form or fashion or shape. Model. Construct. Okay. We can go back over. Definition. Okay, I can bind to the one piece now, but we're gonna have to make sure y'all right there. Let's go back over to the word basket. All right, I need y'all to put this for one piece. So when you go back, you'll know that you need to do some work here. They're saying M-I. That's what he's saying. Meh. Meh. Kish. Miksha. Miksha is what he's saying it is, how you pronounce it. I would do M, that's because it's me. When you use the vowel point, you use the I. Then you use the kuf. Y'all see the kuf? Yes, sir. For the P. Then you got the S-H-A. Right here as well. Commits. And then you have the final form of the ha. Okay? M-I-Q-S-H-A-H. Miksha. That's how he's saying, Miksha. It's basically his phonics of one piece. Okay? Let's go back over. Please. Appreciate that. See how working together? Got that? Make yourself 2 kato sarah of silver, of hammered work, which is miksha. You shall make them, and they shall be to you for the kara of the Adar, and for having the camps to move out. Let's see what he told us, verse 3. And when they blow with them, all the Adar shall gather themselves to you at the tent of that's gonna come to the doll. Y'all got it?
Sir.
When you blow them, all the Adar shall gather themselves to you at the doorway of the tent of the appointment. Verse 4. Yet if they blow with what?
1.
Then the hello?
Rosh.
What you say? What's that? The leader, he said, I don't know, he got the Neshlim, N-E-S-L-E-L-M, Nishlim. How you pronounce that? Nishlim? Okay. Nasi, an exalted one. Hey, Malak. Hey, that's Shrek.
Sheik.
Oh, Sheik, yeah. Oh, don't think Shrek won't come out too now. It's called the right number. Do y'all know Nato Jacob? All right, the Sheik. That's what in our country where we originally come from, the chief, the captain, governor, prince, ruler. Y'all remember? Okay. All right, Nasi. Y'all got it? Nasi. N-A. Oh, he only used the S. Y'all see on the shun, he put the dot here. Let us know he was only using the S in the shun. But then he used this for, who remember this one? Kyrie. Kyrie, remember, it's the I type. He's telling you, there's an I come in him. But then you got the olive at the end. Let's see. Okay, we'll turn back. Now see. Yet if they blow with one, then the Nasi and we got the Rashi of the thousands of Yasharal shall assemble before you. Let's say. But when you blow an alarm, the camps that are pitched on the east side shall journey. All right, we'll come back down. So when we look at him talking about these people rising first, because we be looking at the heads. Because when he only come back with one, well, you know he coming first. So I told you who coming. Nasi, the sheep, the leader, the Malak, he coming. And the heads of the thousands of Yasharal shall assemble before you. They're talking about not preventing them that will sleep. But when you blow an alarm, what it says out the 5? When you blow an alarm the second time, the camps that are pitched on the south side shall journey. An alarm is to be blown for their journey. Time for it to get out of here. We know when he come back and he blow the second time, what time it is, right? But see, this the problem we got. In order for us to all consent to the same thing, we all got to have the same information. Based on what we've been taught, we heard. How you gonna just know that it's a spirit just gonna run in you and tell you that? They had to be. If it was a spirit gonna do it, don't make sense to teach them. So we know who was gonna come first. That's when we go back and we look. He told us what was going to happen. That when that thing sounded, that Yahushua was going to send from Shamayim with a shout, because he's gonna be he's the Nasi. He's going to Nasi. He's good. He's the sheik. He's the leader. He's the king. He's the Malak. So we're looking for him to come first. Then we're looking for the other of the leaders to arise of ours. That's why he said we're not going to go before them. That's why everybody knew. It made no sense for the South camp to get up and go first. Who's supposed to go first out of the camp? But South camp, for some reason, when the spirit moves, I'll be honest with you, man. I don't be listening to no. I don't listen to no Katos Sarah. Then you know what? Then your judgment is off.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You formulated the wrong opinion because you had actually did comparable. So we know how we're supposed. It makes no sense for us to get in disarray. We know how we're supposed to move, right? Based off of what the Kato Sarah. He done told her when it comes who's supposed to go first. The Nasi, the Malak. That's why he said he gonna descend from Shamayim with the shout. Right? And then we're looking at the people, the dead. We're looking at them rising. So in the second time we hear it, what happened? What we know we're doing? He said, then we're going to forever be with Yahuwah. So the people, this was a code that they live by. That's why we come and doing Muhar. All these things we're doing were practices that they were already taught. These were familiar behavior, familiar customs. That's why we err somewhat, because these are not our customs now. Our customs are whatever these people set up.
Right. Right.
What do the other churches do? What do other camps do? I don't care what they do. If everybody do what the word said, when you put all of us together, everybody will be saying the same thing.
That's right. That's right.
We all need to come. If everybody just say what the man said, if nobody read it should be saying that no different. That's right. Who but they say, well, I know it said Nasi, but at our camp, how we do it is we try to let the women go first because we gentlemen. That's your problem. It's your camp. That's why your judgment off. That's how important it is. Okay? Okay. We'll go back over to what we had. This is 4 and 12. 1 Thessalonians 4 and 12. Then I'll come back over, please. Oh, we left off, not 12.
We left off at 16. We
16.
read all of 15.
All right, listen. Go ahead.
For the Adon himself shall descend from Shamayim with a shout.
Wow, why is he coming first? This is so out of order. Where are we getting it from? No, this him doing a new thing. Behold, I'm going to do a new thing. So the people that's watching him have already been taught this. So this is following a pattern that we're already accustomed to. See that? For the Adon himself shall descend from the Shamaim with the
Shout.
with
The coal of the Shar Malaki,
and
with the shafar of Elohim, and the moot and Mashiach shall come first.
that's right. Because now we're looking at what? What we'll be looking at, we were saying before, we'll be looking at Ukah Shabua, first fruit, because they were planted first. They were planted. We're going to be looking at first fruit. The book told us that. Afterward, those that are his.
That's right.
Do we have a book for that? Good. Well, that's a good one. He said it's written.
1 Corinthians.
Pick up 1 Corinthians chapter 15.
Yeah.
1 Corinthians chapter 15. Let me see verse 21. Well, no. That's right. Make it 1 Corinthians 15. Make it about verse 13 first. Y'all know y'all can't get away down the street, right? It's written. That's right. They said we just read it. Oh. I thought it said it was written. Candace said, that's true. See if it's 13. Huh. He was in 15. Oh, whoa. Ooh. I might have to go back up. Let's go up to 9. Let me see. All right, listen.
For I am the least of the Shalakim, that am not meet to be Hara a Shalakim, because a Shalak, because I persecuted the Adah of Elohim.
That's right.
But by the Khan of Elohim, I am what I am.
Folks be quoting it all the time. And now he understand his state of being is because Elohim had Khan on it. All right? Listen, folks, he says, I am what he says I am. You are a sinner. That man's trying to state he's a Shalakim, and it's only because of the Khan of Elohim. If we be quote, I am what I am, but no. Now if you're a sinner, you're on that because you won't obey, you won't follow. Listen. And his Khan.
And his Khan, which was bestowed upon me, was not in vain.
But
I labor more abundantly than they all. Yet not I, but the Khan of Elohim, which was with me.
all right. Let's say 11.
Therefore, whether it were I or they, so we preach, and so ye Aman.
Okay.
If Mashiach be preached that he come from the moot, how say some among you that there is no resurrection of the moot?
That's right. That's what he told.
But if there be no resurrection of the moot, then is Mashiach not come. And if Mashiach be not come, then is our preaching vain, and your Amunah is also vain.
All the effort you putting in is useless. All right?
Yea, and we are found false witnesses of Elohim, because we have testified of Elohim that he come up Mashiach, whom he come not up, if so be that the moot whom not.
All right.
For if the moot whom not, then is not Mashiach whom.
Okay.
And if Mashiach be not whom, your Amunah is vain.
It's worthless. It has no value to it. You
Are yet in your Kataim.
That's how important it is for us. All right.
Then they also which are fallen asleep in Mashiach are perished.
That's what he said. In vain. Don't make sense. Let's go.
If in this Kai only we have Tikva in Mashiach,
What do you put?
we
I
are
use Batkim. Well, for some is for have. All right. In the Mashiach, we
we are of all unashamed most miserable.
That's what I look at. I tell you about what you have, your confidence is only good inside the room, and I can't use it outside the room. Ain't nothing I can do with it. What I got had to be good enough that I can use outside this room. And that's what he looked at. If you only got it in this life and it don't carry over from here, then you're all men most miserable. All right. But
Now is Mashiach cum from
read
the
it
moot.
again. But who?
Is Mashiach cum from the moot,
And what happened?
and become the first pari of them that slept.
Reshit. For first fruits, Reshit. It's got an H on the end of it. Sheath, yeah. Reshit. For first fruit. All right. Of those,
Since by each
hold
came
on, hold
moot.
on. Of those who are asleep. All right, verse 21 you at now?
Yes, sir.
All right, listen.
For since by each came moot, by each came also the resurrection of the moot.
That's right. That's why they got the practice of giving you the cure for these viruses. You notice they always come with infecting you with the virus. Because the virus is what got you sick. So you had to come and re-inject you with it so your body builds antibodies to be able to fight and combat it. So ingesting Yahushua in gave us the ability to create the antibodies against Qatar. How do typically antibodies work? Outside your body. That's why you got to consume it. My blood, my bread. That's the form you taking the vaccine. So the vaccine you taking it actually helps you build up an antibody because it's by that is how you feel. Listen, when the arm built the golden calf, okay? After Mashiach delayed when he was on the mount, you know what he did? He took it and beat it and threw it in the water. And you know what he did? He made them drink it. You know what that made them do? I don't want to do that again. I don't want to do that again. See, it built their body up to resist and realize, I don't want to do it. I'll fight it off. When somebody come and say, let's make us one God, I'm not doing it. I built up a resistance against it. That makes sense to y'all? Bit by a snake, what they give you? They're not gonna give you no mongoose spit. They ain't gonna work. You're gonna die.
That's right.
Okay? So that's why I told you, for after that by each came Mut, by each also came the Zarak. What do you use for that? Well, you use different. Tikat, resurrection of the Mut. All right, listen. Tikat. I think it'll be how you pronounce it? Tikat. You say I got it? Thank you, Pastor. It's good to see millions of gods work together. Mess with y'all. Okay, this one. All right. For as in
Adam, all moot, even so in Mashiach, shall all be made Ka'id.
so he had to show you where it was, where the death came in at, and where the life came in. Look, he went back to tell you when he explained it to you. So by Adam, who was the first one, how we received the move, so in the Mashiach also them were made alive. When the people were bitten in Bamar, they were bitten by who? The Nakash. What saved them? The second Nakash gave them life, gave them Ka'id. Okay?
Third.
Okay. Let's see. But
Every each in his own order.
see, but each one and everyone in his.
Own order.
When did you learn order?
But my bar,
What did you learn about Bamar Bar?
about the order of the Torah,
Does that make sense? South Camp go first.
the East Camp.
See that? They see order. Now you know. Now you just picked up. They out of order. I agree. How many of you got the same judgment? Because we got the same information. Well, I don't see why the South can't go. They closer. That's not the order. Got it? That's why he's trying to tell you. But each one and every one in his. That's
Order.
why it made sense to teach it to him. No spirit don't do that. You have to be taught it. Of all of them, the Mashiach, the
Rashi. After that, those who are the ones of the Mashiach at his coming.
so he gonna get the mood up first. Those people already done died for it. They getting up first. That's the order. Him, that's why he told you he's going to come first. Not she. We hear something go up and all the dead got up, then we missed something. This is not his order. See, it was that important to recognize stuff. Even he told y'all about the beast that was going to come. He was going to work different odds. He said he was even going to command fire to come down from. You got to watch them because they're going to show things similar and people going to fall for it. He said, now, if it was possible, had the ability, they could deceive. That's why he said, all your benin going to be taught of me. Because these people going to manipulate you. He told you he going to work. He said he going to work signs. That's why these people run. They say these people actually do stuff that the Mashiach did. He said, but you're going to have to watch them and know that these people are going to try to manipulate you and imitate things. When the time of EU, when the Benim and Elohim all came to present themselves before Elohim, who were there? What did he call the Benim? The sons of light. So how did Satan come in darkness? He came mimicking light. I come to show you something to help you, brother. I want you to understand. I want you to be able to see clear, my brother. I can see your eyes kind of dim, brother. They will come as light. And that's the same thing that Shaul told us. He said, for what I do, that I will do, that I might cut off occasion, which is a favorable opportunity from them which desire occasion, that they can be found even as we. He for such a false shalakim. They are deceitful workers, transforming themselves into the shalakim or And he said, it shouldn't be amaze you, for even Satan himself transformed himself into a malaki of a or. So should it be a great thing if his malaki transformed himself and try to look like the shalakims? It's the same work, and that people, he can't get these people unless he shows some similar traits. Why you think they get these groups drinking blood? You know why they don't think they're wrong? Read your Bible. Your Bible said. You said that's different. Well, how is it different? You drinking wine. That ain't blood. I'm doing what the man said. He got him.
Got him.
He got him. He got him. Watch it. They're going to be drinking. They'll be chewing it. It's a different. You couldn't eat it. He said you could drink it. But see, it's for people with a certain intelligence because they got people that drinking animal blood. Well, let me ask you a question. It's wrong to do their blood stuff, correct? Drinking their blood. But you guys drink it, correct? But I'm wrong. Then it's wrong to eat the animal blood, correct? Correct. But then you got booked, the man said, behold the Lamb of God. So whose blood was you drinking? Then y'all say he was the olive? Yes, sir. So I eat a medium well steak. I don't want to be saved, but you want to be saved, and you don't eat it. It's wrong. I'm confused. See, these people stick you. Satan got to give them that. That's why when you read this don't make sense unless you know the 10th chapter. Because he just told you everybody is order. What say that made in the order? Unless I understand when the Kato Sarah is sound, everyone has been taught a discipline. We know who's supposed to move first. They just read their New Testament creature. Tell me, explain that to you. They can't. They can't. They're going to rob some spiritual realm, going to make a mess. What I show you is exactly what the man said. No additive, no fillers. I got to be able to understand. How am I going to do it if I don't understand it? Come on back to 1 Corinthians chapter 2. We didn't finish that up there one. Well, we didn't finish. I'm sorry, 1 Thessalonians 4:18. What we look about 18? Then I go back to 1 Corinthians 2. Hold on just a little while longer. Yes, sir. 17.
Yes, sir.
Listen.
Then we, which are Ka'id, and remain, shall be caught up together with them in the clouds, to meet the Adon in the air, and so shall we alone be with the Adon.
Always be with him. That's our hope. That means we'll take our journey. That's how important it is for to pay attention and hearken to the sound. Okay? We'll go back to 1 Corinthians chapter 2. Finish that up. 1 Corinthians chapter 2. When we left off 11, 12? Or we're down further than that?
14.
All right.
But the natural Ish receiveth not the things of the Ruach of Elohim, for they are foolishness unto him. Neither can he know them.
Hold on. And he is not able to
Understand.
So that's how important it is for us not to be carnal. The book taught us about how to be carnal minded is to be moot, deaf. And now we understand why. I heard the statement many times, but it ain't make sense because the natural man, he won't receive it. How can he? He don't know it. People don't typically receive something they don't know. I come to your door, I knock on your door, boom, 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 come on, boom, 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 boom. Never met before. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. What kind of door that man got? That man done look all through his door right here. 'Cause if you can see me, I can see you too. No, but he good. He did good. All right, so you opened the door into agreement. No, we weren't out. We ain't never out. No, but you understand that that's exactly right. Why are we receiving? He gonna let us say, I don't know this guy. Why this guy here? Ain't nobody I know. It can't. Well, I'm not opening the door. I'm not letting him in. That's what the carnal man is going to do. He's going to go what he knows, and that's what he's going to be receptive to. So it made sense when Yahushua came how he had to present himself. We weren't going to let no Ruach in. So he had to come and disguise as one of us. Right? Disguise himself as one of us. Hello? He came in disguise as one of us. So we receive him. Y'all got it? So it's important for us, but he let us know what the natural man will not do because to him it doesn't make sense. That's foolishness. It don't make sense to me. Basically, the only thing foolishness, it doesn't make sense to him. Okay? And he is not able to understand what they are discussing in the way of the Ruach. That's how important it is and how what a barakah this is to us. That when we're reading a book that's a total composite about the Ruach, but he's broken it down in such a way in science to us to where it makes sense to us, that we can grasp the concept.
Right.
Just like we were talking about when he talked about a man not knowing the Ruach. And with that, he also put the comparison or put the connection with not knowing the Ruach. You also don't know Elohim. Our goal is to know Elohim. But in order to know Elohim, we have to receive the things of Elohim. Y'all got it? So we got to be taught it. 6 and 63. Yehukanan. They call it John. I don't know what you and Ryder sex talk doing going around. You can tell Ryder this Marsha's still up. They got a phone set on sex toy. Ryder like that. All right, listen, 6 and 63.
It is the Ruach that quickeneth, the Basar profiteth nothing. The Dabarim that I speak unto you, they are Ruach and they are Kai.
Well, let me read here. He said the Ruach gives Kai. So what we don't really, looking from a carnal perspective reading, I don't think people really paid attention to what they look at quicken. Quicken something moving. So we look at life. Life has movement, has attributes to it. So he told us what happened. The Ruach gives life, gives Ruach. So when we read in the book of Yekazakal, when he went, he saw the bones. They were in Nevada, and their bones were dried out. They had no moisture. They had no sinews on them, which is the muscle and skins on them. So what actually allowed it to happen was the Ruach. So understand just how important and how valuable Elohim word was, even when they say he bara ish. We look at he took ish just from the mere word, the mere speaking of, that it brought him into creativity. Now we're trying to get man into a knowing of Elohim, understanding himself. Just like you'll get martial arts and different things, they'll start teaching people about the ability. Even with athletes, they'll start teaching about inner strength. How you got to be the person. Y'all don't know. They'll teach you about inner, about how you have to think. All these things they take it from us. All this thing we're doing is the probability of how you think. All this works on how you think, how you believe. And these are things that are so important to us that we lack. A lot of these things that we deal with today that we face, we're actually being dominated by, I'm going to say the word, subjugate, is when something actually dominates over. And a lot of times we're being dominated over by a lot of the illnesses, by a lot of other things that hold us back, simply because we hadn't learned how to unleash. They'll teach you that each mankind, mankind, in Anus, will not use all of the capability of what he has in his mind, simply because we're not taught how to think. We're not taught how to rationalize on the way he actually designed us to. They teach us and they real us to be limited. They do. They teach us. They teach you a lot of things outside your ability, and you buy into it. You know, even what a lot of your healing is based upon how you believe. You know what some doctors will do if you were gravely ill? Some doctors will do this. They'll have a real conversation and ask you about your faith. They will ask you about your faith. Just to ask you about what do you believe, talking with your spiritual leader. Have you considered some alternatives? Because even they know a lot of people break down just from the mental part. A lot of us are beat from the mental part. We typically go with what we see. We don't realize there are things that operate outside of what we see. You only see a plant when it comes up. That thing's operating outside your sight. It didn't just start when you saw it break the ground. It's been working outside of your sight. So there are things that are working outside of your knowing. Outside of your actually sight of seeing. It doesn't mean it's not happening. People say, you don't see it, it's not happening. Are you that stupid? You don't see the wind. You can see the attributes of the wind. And it's moving. Got it? So you can't buy into everything you just see, smell, taste, and what you do on that end of things because you don't see it, it's not happening. It's happening. All of him been working. And he's given us his debar that we can go through and examine and see and measure out so we can do what? The comparisons again. And see whether or not this is Elohim. Hello? When Yahushua was on the tube, they told you, and they shall look on him. But we were taught something before that. What were we taught before that? That's tight. Well, I know I taught it. You were taught it. Say it again. Well, I can't hear it say it wrong or right. But I thought you said it too. What happened? They was watching. You're exactly right. So you were backing out the right answer. They were watching. That's how they knew. How they know? Because they were doing comparisons. You think they were just sitting here saying that's him because it got dark? That's him because he was shouting? No. You line up with the comparisons. We're making a judgment call here. In our opinion, based off of comparisons. Hello? This is him. What did you can tell y'all when they see him? That's him, I know for sure. He told you I didn't even know him. But based off of what? The comparisons. I'm giving you my judgment, my opinion. That this is him. Why? Because the same one that sent me said, whoever you see these actions on, whoever you see bear these attributes, that's him. He said, I ain't even know him. I didn't even know him. As soon as I see him, I said, that's him. I'm making a judgment call based on not just this. I just feel so you can just make it. When you born of God, you're an idiot. All of his opinions were based off of the writings. They were based off of the evidence. We are people that's strictly for evidence. We can't hear Yahushua. You know what we want it? Show us a ox. Show us a ox, because we look at you here. You want to work something in Shaman, work something here, because you've been doing a lot of talking. Show us a ox. Then we are among. What are Yahoo then? When Shaul told you about how we operate in 1 Corinthians, first chapter, second one, he said we seek a sign. He said the Greeks look for knowledge. That's what they look. When Yukonon said his time and then, that's all they wanted to know.
Are you him?
What we coming to find out. Mm-hmm. He told you we seeking signs. Why y'all think y'all all told y'all what gonna happen? that he was going to pour out his ruach on all flesh, all basar. And what your benim and what your benu was going to do. And you didn't believe what he told you going to do. And I'm going to do something. I'm going to show you ox and shamayim and in the rock sabah and the rocks below. Blood, fire, and vapors of smoke. We looking for it. When those people's up there on top of the heart, what you think them people seen? They saw the smoke. They saw the light. They seen it flat from shamayim. They seen what happened here and they were removed. Now we'll hear what you're saying. You ain't just gonna be running your mouth. We gonna be listening. Y'all be talking. Somebody said y'all, and I start listening. That stuff don't move me.
That's right. That's right.
Talking about a yarn. Man, so, oh yeah, I'm Jesus only. Never mind, I'll be melting. You ain't say nothing.
That's right.
People trying to run it for that stuff don't move me. Leave folks alone.
That's right.
Where you found you who should run around talking, man, hold on. Sound like I hear him. Sound like they calling my name. He told me, leave them folks alone, man.
That's
Let them
right.
people keep doing their thing. I only got members in here trying to look up for. Man, I found it on the internet. Lose them.
That's right.
You ain't obey what I tell you. I know you ain't gonna obey them either. Just leave them alone. Hey, you ain't obey what I tell you. What you gonna do? You get over there.
Yep.
You know how? What that disobedience show? That want a smell sheet? No, it's not. They done heard my voice. So that's what he tried to tell them, how the ruach gives kai, life. But the flesh, the basar, is of no benefit. That's why he was trying to condemn man about what he knows, because you don't have a benefit in your knowledge. The dabarim that I have spoken to you are
Ruach,
which is life, and they are
Kai.
That's right. So when he tried to tell us we didn't know the ruach because we didn't know the word.
Right.
We didn't know Elohim because we didn't know the word. Elohim is a ruach, so is the word. So when we get the word, we got the ruach, and we got the connection. We know Elohim.
Right.
So now we know more than the things that just of a man.
Right.
Because now we know what our liberties are.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
What are my country, tears of the sweet land of
Liberty.
Whoa, I got that country. Well, I almost lost America, you sounded so bad. Carl Lewis. I ain't no Carl Lewis with him. Hey, the rocket! Hold on, wait. Carl Lewis. That man almost took us out of him. So that's how important it is for us to know the word. Y'all got it? Okay, let's go back to 1 Corinthians chapter 2. That's tight. Oh, call. 2 and 14.
Yes, sir.
Listen.
But the natural Ish receiveth not the things of the Ruach of Elohim, for they are foolishness unto him.
Okay.
Neither can he know them, because they are Ruach discerned.
Because, and he is not able to understand what they are discussing in the Dirach of the Ruach. When the thing comes up and they start talking about the apprehension of obtaining of the Ruach, that doesn't make sense. He can't conclude that.
That's right.
That's something he can't conclude. Go ahead. Sit in that verse.
But he that is Ruach
No.
shafet all things, yet he himself is shafet of no Ish.
I think spiritual, how you pronounce it? Ruachny. Ruachny. Correct? All right, I got that Ruachny for spiritual. Y'all want to write that down? They use the at the end. I got it right, huh? So I tell you that the yard at the end is an I. I leave the yard. But if you want to do an enunciation, Ruachny. Ruachny. All right? For discern is Yadin. Yadin for discern. And y'all want to learn that word? Because periodically what we're going to do is start asking. So y'all got your book, put that there for discern. I don't know, it said, but the spiritual man You don't have discern in there,
It
do you?
says judge.
Judges. Discern. What you got to be able to discern. That was part of judgment.
That's right.
Discerning.
That's right.
What did we say? Well, Mixshaw. Mixshaw, yeah. You feel good? That joke get going too. That joke, he get to do that bald head doll on you, be like, yeah. Now you're right. That is the forming of the opinion. That's right. Forming the opinion by discerning. So that makes sense when he told you. So the Ruachny ish Yardin, all things. So he can judge all things based upon opinions, based upon, what do we say? Patterns, what the word we use? Comparison, we use compare, what was it? Based upon judgment. Opinion, what be the judgment? It was based out, let's look at judgment again. So we got discern. So what?
I think evaluation was on that too.
Evaluation. Well, you don't get a prize, you get that right. Now, this is on a different one. The ability, there we go. Careful judgment, okay. Come on. The process of forming an opinion or evaluation by discerning and comparing. That's all I want to comparing. And comparing. So I want to make sure we look at this. So now it makes sense why each that. Now, even you think about this, it makes sense why they brought things to Yahushua to ask him. Which means they had to recognize there was something about him. What was that? That he was a Ruachny. They could tell that he was spiritual. That's why it made sense they would bring things to him, judgment and fine, and want to know what was his opinion. Y'all got it? And then the book would tell you sometimes he would answer that he discerned in himself. You see, amazing, we listen to stuff now, we didn't pay attention. Why were they bringing stuff to him? They said they would come tempt him. They want to see, since you're so spiritual, we want to see where you're at. Then he would discern that they were trying to catch him up in certain things. He would come back and say, let me give you one. The immersion of Yuchanan. Was it of Yuchanan or was it from Elohim? They said. Yeah, we say it was a Yuchanan. Everybody revere him. These people going to be pissed. They're going to kill us. And we say Elohim, he going to be right. They said, we can't tell. He said, neither do I.
That's right. That's right.
He knew. Me answering this question going to put something in the blank. So I'm going to tie them up. I'm going to pose one back to them. That was being spiritual. Because I understand how men operate. Amazing. It makes sense. Don't it make sense when they came to him? The process of forming an opinion or evaluation by discerning and comparing. How about this statement? Whom shall I liken this generation to? What was he doing? And he was judging. He told them folk they weren't going to escape the damnation.
That's right.
He was judging them. He was telling them there was a generation of which are too out of Nakash. So he was calling them hypocrite. We didn't pay attention. He was judging them. He said you was just like the inside a kubah. Mm-hmm. Like a kubah. Outwardly you look good. Inside you full of
dead bone.
So what was he doing? He was comparing them. He was comparing them because he was judging them. That's why people are so pissed. We just missed why they were pissed with him. The same way they looked at when the Malachim came down to Lut's belt. They were looking. He told them, don't do so. He said, they were told him. They said that one joker keep looking at us like he trying to judge us. They could tell by the man's face that he was spiritual. Mm-hmm. Look at how he keep looking at us. Like he judging us or something. They could tell and they could sense that this man was of importance. They were trying to tell them, do not sow Rosha. These Anashim have come to abide under the safety of my bed. But they told him to stand back. We're going to deal worse with you. We're going to do to them. He said, no, y'all booty hunters ain't. Them motherfuckers, nigga, get in here and close this door. Mm-hmm. Sis is raving mad out there.
That's right.
Tell Lucy, I don't know what kind of sister y'all got over here. Mm-hmm. But you want to try to rape somebody from Shamayim, boy, you sick. You sicker than sick. Man, no matter keep giving you no booty. That man got to go back up in the prison.
Goodness. That's right. That's right.
That's a stink in my nostril. So we sitting looking all crazy. Can't pull that stuff, man. Can't go back up. He won't even lift off.
That's right.
But the move got to be light. We got to levitate.
That's right.
All right now. Watch me. Levitate. Isn't that right? Watch me. Cussipate. That's right.
Yeah,
you can't do that.
That's right.
Go back up. Y'all have to change, boy. Let me come here. I don't finish up. Yeah, no, you were back. 1 Corinthians 2:15. But the Ruachny Adam discerns all
Thing.
and he is not, he's not judged by them. They too carnal. Why you think Yahushua didn't pay attention to their judgment? You think these people that were carnal? First of all, they weren't Ruachny. Your judgment off anyway. Now how much we work to try to prove ourselves to people. People that he done told you already about the East. What they know.
Things of an East.
Man, that religion side, it's dumb. Oh, it ain't dumb. Let me try to prove it to you. Seriously? I'm going to let you judge me. I'm going to let you discern. Your comparison is to what? They let the man clearly told the man who he was. Beelzebub. I know spirit. That's straight Beelzebub, off the rip. He said, let me ask you something. He said, now, if I, by the finger of Elohim, cast them out, don't you know the Malkut done came to you? He said, if I do it by Beelzebub, he said, who do your children use? Who they doing it by? He try to let these people know, you don't even know what you're talking. It makes no sense what you're saying. That pick it up, say, said the 12th chapter book of Matthew. Matthew, they call Matthew. And y'all won't let me get up here with no notepad. $12. Let me say 12. I don't know, 13. We'll work down. That's what they told them. Listen. 12 and 13, Matthew.
Then saith he to the east, stretch forth thine hand, and he stretched it forth, and it was restored whole, like as the other.
Hear me. If it returned, what was it like the first time? What'd you say? Goodness. The man that said it hid himself and let somebody else come with the answer. That's right. If it returned like it was before, then right, he put it back in its estate. Important for us. Because for us, that's what we were looking for him to come back and do, put it back in the estate.
Yes, sir.
It wasn't different. He said he came, he put it in, they were almost identical. I mean, you came short. He said, I put it back like it was before. That's the purpose when Yahushua come back. I like them people sitting in Yasharah, they told their time up. He got to put it back. He going to put it back whole just like it was before. And you put stuff back like it was before, we going right back in the rulership. That's the same thing Yahushua prayed for. What do you want him to restore to him? Almost like something he had? He said he wanted to choose. He said, I had with you before it was. I want you to do, so what he was coming and doing was already symbolic of what Yahuwah going to do for us. Put things back the way they were before. Let me tell you something. When a person in an accident, legally, law, you got to put a person back whole. That's what you do. You put a person back whole. Before I ever came through that red light, DUI, how were you? I was working. How many hours? 45 average a week. You got proof of that? Yeah. What was you making? I'm making $1,100 a week. How long was you out of work? 3 months. What about your car? Total. What about pain and suffering? Medication you had to take. Doctor appointment, I got that too. Then we got to put a price on it and put you back where you were. You behind. Because for 3 months, you ain't better make your 45 hours at your $1,100 a week that you were making. You used to be able to ride and get around. You had to get a rental. You've been without a vehicle. Not to mention, you suffered while you was at that. So I can't just go and give you your 3 months or whatever you missed. I got to also give something for the pain and suffering, just like Ms. Ruachny had to do when we left there. We had pain and suffering 400 years. You can't just give them, you got pain, I got pain and suffering. I had loss along with that too. We lost some. So I got to be compensated for that. That's what we're looking for Yahushua. That's why we're looking at him as being the Sadiq Shafet, the righteous judge. That he's going to hear the case, he's going to come back and say, I got to put these people back where they were. How long have y'all been at your place? We've been gone for 400 years. You can't, how you come up with $200,000? We've been out our place for 400 years? How many people we done lost? Mothers and fathers, sisters and brothers and children, husband and wives, grandparent behind that thing. That got to make you whole. How were you before you ever came into contact with this man? What y'all think? Why you think he elevated Yosef to the, look, that man wasn't even gone 400 years. For the time that man was gone, that man sat in prison for the time he did, that man had a felon on his record. And the man said, I was wrongly convicted. He said, man, I got to put you somewhere higher than this. I'd exalt you up to the second highest seat in the land. Y'all how many of us been locked up and been done wrong by these folk? Yahuwah got to exalt us. He got to exalt us. So when he told her that he had highly exalted Yahushua and did what? Give him a what? Which was what? For the record, you do know Pharaoh gave Yosef another name. Y'all did know he gave him another name, didn't you? He put him above. And you know what people had to do when they heard this show? They had to bow the knee. How we understand it from the spirit? A natural man. That Pharaoh actually gave him, when he gave him that robe, he gave him another name. That when people knew his Shem, you were going to have to bow at it. Huh? Everybody going to have to go to whatever consent he get. Whatever this man say, you got to do it. You know what he recognized about him to put him in that position? He was Ruachny. Then y'all got exalted. You know why? He was Ruachny. Here's something to say. I can't find nobody else in here. Where you at? Didn't nobody else know what you know. Who better to put up there but you? May say when Yahushua put Yahushua over everybody. Who else you got in Shammah ain't know more than he know? Who else you got gonna be able to out discern what he discern? Who else gonna have a better judgment than he got? Makes sense for us. Makes sense for us to be Ruachny as well. Y'all right? Because to be carnally minded is to be moved. Y'all got it? So the fact that we'll have a Ruachny mindset, that had a spiritual mind, actually puts us in a state of knowing and understanding. But we got to be willing to denounce a lot of the carnal attributes. Shaul said, therefore, seeing we have received this shara ministry, sir, as we have received, Rakam, Khan, we faint, not walking in, nor handling the word of, but by manifestation of the commending ourselves in. So if I'm commending and we're entrusting ourselves to every man conscience, we're asking you to do what? We want your opinion. We want your opinion. Yahushua asked them for their opinion. He asked them, whose son was it? I want your opinion. And you know they started looking at? Going back through recalling what was already taught, what they knew. They said the Ben of Daud. He said, well, how does Daud in the Ruach say? How would Daud be talking in the Ruach? Hello?
Ruachny.
He had to be Ruachny. He had to be spiritual. Why would he be talking about something spiritual when he just told you what an ease you know? He know the things of an ease. So we start looking at being Ruachny allows you to understand. He just told you when people are not Ruachny, when a man is carnal, he can't understand the discussion. He does not understand the discussion. That's what they didn't know. We don't understand what you're saying. Exactly. You're not Ruachny. He was speaking, trying to find who was spiritual minded. Let's see something. Book of Mark, 4 and 30. Now I'm trying to finish that and I'm gonna let y'all go. Most High willing. Then y'all can start chewing on your arm or something. Yeah. Because I can do this. This is what I do. People don't believe it. That's what I do. Mark 4 and 30. Listen.
And he said, whereunto shall we liken the Malkuth of Elohim?
What is he doing, Lee?
Compare.
Yo, huh? What is he doing?
Comparing.
Comparing. He said discerning. It all entails, but we understand the different components of judging.
That's right.
Right now, I need to do some comparison before I start to put out my judgment, before I put out my final verdict.
That's right.
That's what he's doing. Let's see.
Or with what comparison shall we compare it?
Okay.
It is like a grain of mustard seed, which, when it is sown in the arats, is less than all the seeds that be in the arats.
42. I mean 32. After.
When it is sown,
Whoa. I'm gonna die from starvation, thirst, and blindness. All right, let's go. After.
when it is sown, it groweth up, and becometh greater than all herbs, and shooteth out great branches, so that the fowls of the air may lodge under the shadow of it.
Under the shade. So y'all know what this reminds you of too? Us. He told you Bethlehem, Yehuda. He told we were not the least, the smallest. He said, but out of these shall arise a governor. People will go to people of position because they know with them is safety. Why y'all think people lodge around people with power? Because there's safety with them. That's why people came around Yasharal. They understood it was safety with them. Why y'all think everybody came to Babylon? It was safety on them. When he told you, then y'all told you. He saw the watchman, told him to hew down the arts and shake the leaves and take the branches off. And he told you, let the animals under it, let them all get from under it. Because it became their safety. That's why the people stayed there. You had protection now. You had shade there from the Shamash. That's the same thing with us. We were the smallest people. He told you when Yahuwah told him when he picked us, he said you weren't the largest. He said you were the smallest. Right. So the only way we understood it was a mustard seed. It's one of the smallest of every. How many of y'all have never seen a mustard seed? Can you pull up and let them see what a mustard seed look like? Do you still have those mustard seeds, sweetie? I might have in my office. Y'all need to see how small this is. It's tiny. Tiny, tiny. Tiny, tiny, tiny. They had to blow it up on him, sure. Oh, they got a mustard seed department store? That thing gotta be small. They got a microscope. You see that? These things so small. You see how tiny they are? That's how tiny these things are. That's on the tip of a finger. Y'all see that? It's that small. Look at this. That was Yasharal. That's Yasharal. That's how tiny a mustard seed is. It's one of the smallest seeds out of all the seeds. And that's where you understand. When you were told you were the smallest of all the people, what you think happened? Huh? See, when Yahushua came along and started telling you about a mustard seed and all, he wasn't actually telling you about a mustard. He was trying to get you to understand how small you were. We went into Yahshua, when we went in Mizraim, we were up at 73. We were the smallest group of people going in Mizraim. But when we came out, We was a multitude.
Yes, sir.
And you know what happened? You know other people came out with us. You know why? We had grown thick. Our branches. The leaves that we had on us. The people looked and everybody wanted to lodge with us. We came out a multitude. Can you imagine? We went in the smallest group of people to go in Mizraim and we came out the largest. So he started talking about a mustard seed. This is something we knew. Let me say that the 8th chapter right quick, book of Allah Dabarim. They call it Deuteronomy. Y'all can see how tiny that was, can you?
Yes, sir.
Let me see, 8 and, I don't know, 8 and 3, let me see. What'd you say, 6, 7? 7 and 7, okay. All, make it 7. We'll do 1. Listen. Oh, we went straight to 7. That's fine. That's fine.
Or
no, that's
7?
fine. No, we'll go 7, fine. Listen.
Yahuwah did not set his Ahab upon you, nor choose you, because ye were more in number than any arm.
See that? You weren't more in number than any people, for
Ye were the fewest of all arm.
mustard seed. You were the smallest. You were the smallest. He told you that. And out of you were going to rise a governor. All right?
Yes, sir.
Let's see what he told us. Let's finish round. 4 and 32. Mark. After it is sown, it comes where? What he told you about Mizraim? Down? He brought you down? Across?
Up.
Notice the terminology he kept telling you, I brought you up from the land of Mizraim. I growed you in Mizraim. I growed you up, and then I planted you somewhere else. That was your Jacob did. You supplanted. There were some people that your cold behavior was ours. We took on somebody else's place. We didn't come to no uninhabited land. We drove people out. We took it from them. Rightly, you're cold. Rightly.
Man.
We took them people's birthright. How many of y'all parents here own land? Your parents own some land. And when your parents leave, who get that land?
Me.
How you feel I come and take it? I mean, I supplanted them. That's what we do.
Yeah.
We'll let them do all the working, all the fencing, get it up. Then we come and we'll take it from you. That's just what they do. We supplant.
Yeah.
Then who told we came in? He said, you didn't plant no ox down. Don't you be telling that lie to my grandpa. Your granddad a liar. That man brought me, he said, you didn't plant. He told you didn't plant nothing. Not in Jerusalem you didn't. He said, you didn't plant nothing. We took it over.
Yeah.
When the man, we sent spies. What did they come back with? Man, look at this rich soil. Man, we get this soil and start growing. I'm telling you. No, they brought us the fruit. Bring us the Paris.
Yes, sir.
They said, truly, this is the fruit. Listen, the place had fenced up the Shamaim. They brought back pomegranate. They brought the stuff back on their shoulders.
Yeah.
Same way they brought Yahushua. That's right. That's how they brought it. They brought the stuff laying on their shoulder, brought it into us. And they told us, say, this is the Paris of it. You know what Caleb told us? That wait about 2 more weeks.
Up in one.
He said, let go now.
Yeah.
Let's take it now.
Yeah.
You know when Yahushua came and talked to the Methodist that he had come back to Talmudim, you know they want to know, will you restore it to us at this time?
Right.
They're like, Caleb, let's take it now. Let's get it. They listen, they want to get it now. They want to talk about no months later when you come. Listen, you give it to us. We want to take it now. We want to be made whole. We ain't taking but what belonged to us. Man, done spied that thing out for us.
Yeah.
Y'all don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. After it is sown, it comes up and grows than all the plant. We bigger than these people. And produces large, so that the birds of Shamaim nest under its shade. They need us, boy. These folk got to come under us.
Yeah.
33. With
Many such Mashiach spake he the debar unto them, as they were able to shama it.
that's all I can tell them, Lee. I can't tell no more than you can hear.
Yeah.
Everybody not able. He said, I told them a whole lot of stuff, as much as they could hear. So let's see what happened.
But without a Mashiach spake he not unto them, and when they were alone, he expounded all things to his Talmudim.
Trying to make sure they were going to be Ruachny. He said, I got to explain you how all this worked. So they'll understand it wasn't just about a mustard seed, but there was something they could physically see that they knew. So when I told you the smallest of the people, you trying to guesstimate and you trying to imagine and figure, how about I show you a mustard seed? But then they knew when you plant a mustard seed, how large, can you see it? This is how, look at this. What the seed start out with? That's you. That's you. You see where you started out at? So what do you think their mental capability, what do you think their mental was? I'm so small, we ain't gonna hardly make it. Man, we just trying not to do nothing bad, but we ain't gonna never grow. I don't know how. Our branches gonna get thick, we gonna get large. They gonna have to come under us for safety, for refuge. Y'all see that? Mm-hmm. What did the seed start out with? That was us. So you know what this did to their mental, for them thinking about their capability?
Yeah.
I can't hardly do nothing. All this over our head, this new to me, this throwing me. Mustard seed, that's how we started out. Mm-hmm. We started talking, you were the smallest of everybody that went in. And you came out innumerable. That's our ability. Look how beautiful that thing. Yes. Ooh, look at large underneath. Look at this. Look at how large that is.
Yeah.
Where did it start at? That's why I be trying to tell y'all, that's how I think. Y'all think too small. Mm-hmm. You still mustard seed. You ain't even put it in the ground. No wonder you done fainted. Listen, hey, but two things can happen. Either we're going to win or we're going to win.
I like that.
I got to be honest with you. Either we're going to win or we're going to win. Because it don't matter how it go, we still going to take it. Even Daniel told us that, he said the Kodashim of the Most High, we going to take it. How many of y'all seen Blue Streak? Ain't going to try to give us? No. I got to take it. This going to hurt. He trying to take, no, you can't give me that. The man said, I got to take it. I'm trying to tell you. How Yahushua got the cup? Man, take the cup. We're not waiting on nobody to give us nothing. I don't know what y'all thinking. That's not our thinking. That's the wrong ideology. That's where we're going. Our leaves ain't gonna wither. Huh? Yes, sir. And we're gonna just keep producing. That's why they're gonna come, we're gonna keep producing. Y'all got it. Yes, they never taught us, they never gave us no intelligence. Yes, they just said something else and we just bought into reciting something. Yep. That's what we gotta come into right here. That's how it come right into. Listen, all that work, that plan. Then you think about all that ground that little seed got to fight to get up to him. And look at that. Looking at this, you never look at where it started at. But you got to start from somewhere. Huh? Can y'all imagine that? Isn't that beautiful? The smallest seed, Yasharal. Yasharal. Hey, Yasharal or not at all. Y'all hear me? I'm just telling you what it is. Yasharal or not at all. Whatever you got, we ain't accepting it. Y'all hear me? We all coming back up under it. Hello? Yes, sir. Everybody got to come back and large under safety. What y'all thought those people doing there when Yahushua was on the tube? Hello? That's it. That mustard seed. Why y'all think he told you we're going to be high? Very high. He won't be larger than all other seeds that have been planted. Why y'all think it was so high? And everybody without a large under it. Hello? Yes, even the birds. Why do you think that thief wanted to ask him about being there with him? Everybody got to come large with us. Yes, sir. Hello? Yes, sir. Y'all stop being so scary. Anything, be scared to die a sinner. Be scared to live broke. That you'll do something to try to alternate, to change how things are working for you. You got to work and do that. You put your confidence and live like the man told you. The rest of this stuff, he said, I'll give you that. Hey, he don't care nothing about this stuff like that. He just want folk, when they get it, they don't forget about him. Don't forget who gave it to you. Don't give you the strength and the mind to do what you're doing. A lot of folk, boy, you just don't know. These folk hurting out here. Y'all know that? Y'all know that folks ain't hurting. They ain't got no food. They finna be sitting outside. They ain't got nothing. That ain't your testimony. Today, we making provision, make sure that don't never be our testimony. I know he said getting ready to come on and rob. He told me, I know this. I'm a tube each of this bear. That's right. And I know you're coming. I'm watching. I'm not serving that belt to get broken up. That's what he told me. I know he's coming. What I look like, I'm letting him break it. That's stupid. That's right. I know it's coming. That's right. That's why I'm making preparation. Get this knowledge and information. That's right. So we understand what we got to do, people. Yes, sir. Come on, finish that 1 Corinthians so I can get ready to go. And I told you, that's as much as he could tell you. He said, I can tell you as much as you can hear. 1 Corinthians 2. What we at, 2:16? Am I right?
Yes, sir.
16?
Yep.
Listen.
For who hath known the mind of their done, that he may instruct him, but we have the mind of Mashiach.
He said, for who has designed the Ruach of Yahuwah. What word we using for design? So this is 2 words. Is it Thick? No, the end is the. Is this 2 words? He got one because we got has design. Is he saying this is 1 word? Probably just design the has, but the has is not added. Huh? Pekin. For both words. Pekin. Thinking. There's a lot of folk be thinking, but they be thinking wrong. Let's see what they're running for thinking. That's just it. None of us in here had given Yahuwah his mind, but that we can tell him what to do. But one thing we're trying to do is obtain that Ruach of the Mashiach. That's why the book told he left us an example that we should walk in his. Hello? Somebody said footsteps. You added that foot. That said walk in the steps. Who? Neither. That's right. He had no deceit in his mouth, in his paw. That's what we're trying to make sure we got. Y'all really want to be saved? Yes, sir. Taking the time out to do kafar and fasting, restricting ourselves is a good thing to do. Because it shows us that we actually do more than what we think. Typically, when I get up, I don't eat at a certain time, I get a headache, I'm done. I'm done. But it's the fact that when you're doing it for Yahuwah, although you still deal with the thirst and the hunger, it gives you more of an ability, because now you're pushing outside of your ability of the flesh. Because I'm constantly working, it shows me that there's a difference when I do things. Like if I go too long and I eat, it just makes me. How many of y'all get out your headache? You get sick. I'm not dealing with that now. I'm tired, but I ain't sick. And I ain't sick the way I'm about to fall out or pass out. I'd be like, I gotta eat something right now. I'm telling you, he sustains us, which shows us what he told us in the 4th chapter of the book of Mashiach, that each doth not by, but that proceeded. That's why he can't afford for no deceit to come in their mouth. It can't be a deceptive thing. What he gave us, what he told us, is actually true. Typically for those of us, that we go a period of time without eating, we're typically sicker, more annoyed and agitated. But there's a calm about it because we know what the purpose is. Now, in order for us to learn that, or for them to learn it, what did he do to them? He made them go hungry. Just so, because they constantly would cry about they need to eat, or they were going to die. Would Yahuwah that we died out here in the wilderness, then we'd have been in Mizraim with the cucumbers and the pomegranates. So you know what? He let them went hungry. Because what did they know? That's common sense. If I don't see no food and I'm hungry, we ain't got no food, then we're going to die from hunger. That's common sense, right? It is. Shared by many. That's what the natural man knows. But he said, I suffered you to hunger so you would know that's not how you live. You actually live by every debar that proceeds from my mouth. Why? What is the word? It's Kai. It's the Ruach. That's what makes you Ruachny. You can't just be Ruachny. The Spirit has to make you Ruachny, where you can function in that capacity. That you become spiritual minded. Y'all got to become what we were trying to change it for into the spiritual being, where you break the disciplines of the Basar. That's what hurt us, the discipline of the Basar. All our anger, all our struggles are basically based off of what we know as men. What people think about us, how people perceive us, what we need to have, so people look at us different, so we have better lives. That's the word first. That's the word first. So you realize you're never going to change everybody's opinion about you. You're not going to get everybody to agree with every decision you make. You have to become Ruachny. The things we do are things that are acceptable in Elohim's sight. I beseech you, therefore, Akim, by the, if it's Rakam, he used that, by the Rakam, that might be Kassid. Probably Kassid of Yahuwah, that you present your, when do we know about presenting? Nabal, Cain and Nabal. He talked about them when they make sacrifices. We know about presenting because we had to come and we had to present ourselves 3 times in a year. Shani. When we know we come by presenting, especially also when we came and we'd have brought in sacrifice, we had to bring them to the Kohan. The Kohan had to examine them to see whether or not they were acceptable. That you present your pazar before Elohim, a Kai, living. Because till when we brought it, we were bringing it to kill it, to slay it, so he can offer it. He was, I want it living. So I dedicate this Yahuwah, I kill it this day. No, keep it alive. Keep it alive for me. Isn't that right? And then put it where it can be preserved. Y'all hear? Till our sacrifice were going to be burnt. They were going to be cut. Some were going to be boiled. All these were different ways we sacrifice. He said, I want you to keep this one alive. That's the sacrifice I want. Keep it alive. Acceptable. And Kodash. Separated. Which is? That's right for you to do. And be not conformed to the rudiments and the elementary principles, which is a whole nother book. And be not conformed to this rights, but be transformed by that you may prove what is that to and Talmud. That's what he wants. He wants me to keep it alive. He don't want me to die. He wants me to keep it alive. And he wants me to keep myself Kodash. He says reasonable. You know what we knew about Kodash and separating? When? What's a good time? Peleg. Tell me about Peleg. In those days, his name, it hadn't yet, it was Divide. Peter came in Divide. But we'd have learned it when we was in Misraim. We'd have learned it. He said, yeah, that's what you gonna preach, Rudy? You with me. Yeah, we together. Get him straight. Rudy, hit him with it, Rudy. Boom. Now, you're all right, but in Misraim, when we took the lamb and the goat, we were to separate them. You do know you were to keep it alive. On the 10th Yom, you were supposed to take a lamb or a goat from the flock, from the adult, and you were supposed to keep it alive. So it had to be something acceptable, and you had to keep it alive. And you weren't supposed to moot until the 14th Yom at evening. So it was a sacrifice that you had to keep alive. Hudash, separated. Y'all understand that? Something that was going to be used, something that you were dedicating to Yahuwah, you had to keep it alive and separate. Now he's telling you to do the same thing with you. I need you to separate yourself and keep yourself alive. And part of this is going to happen if you don't be conformed. Sometimes there's certain things, cement, once it takes shape and it gets too far, you can forget it. While it's wet, you can still spread it. There's some stuff you can fix while it's wet. Once it starts to solid, just throw it away, you can't use it. It already done conformed. It's already done locked into a shape or an idea. That's how a lot of y'all, that's how a lot of us, our minds are. You've already conformed to something. But they ain't told you to be, and you can learn that even from the Autobots. That's what they were. They were transformers. That thing be going, that thing jump on that thing, ready to fight. You're like, what in the world? Had to transform. Jump, look at, boy, Ernie stood up, Ernie said, preach that thing. Man, I done went back there asleep. I just said that thing like knew me, do that again. But Ernie said, if he do that master splinter, I'm gonna run around in the room. Loose hair. But you see what he's saying? But they had to transform. And how you got to do it? That's the information we got to impute. You can't make these changes without information. Information. Some people go to seminars and they're transformed. Some people take martial art, transform. Some people through athletics, they transform. Their mindset, it just you're like, this seems different. They unlock certain channels in my mind. That's what the word does. People have learned how to get you the channel to do stuff out here that people do. These great feats out here, and don't realize the greatest feat you can do is obtain this knowledge. That's real creativity. That's real strength. You know what Shaul was saying? When he weak, ask them when they weak, what are they? I'm dead. I'm dying. He said, when I'm weak, I'm strong. Isn't that right? All of him suffered and realized that. With all the knowledge he had, he let him know, but you're Ish, and you're not Elohim. Isn't that right? Shaul knew a lot, all mystery. He said, do I know all mystery? He said, I can speak all languages. He said, if I don't have a heart, nothing. He realized how important it was. This knowledge ain't no good if we don't have the capability. There's a bit. We have to have a genuine care for one another. And that started with the genuine care for Elohim and appreciation for what he's done, appreciating, understanding that this is a gift he's given us, and understanding it's precious to us. And then there's a certain attribute we show in appreciation toward it. Then we should have a care, realizing if he did it for me, he did it for you as well. Then I should have a heart for you. Why you tell you had to harp him and harp them too? I harp him, but I hate you, and I hate you and you. But everybody else does some good with. He said, you can't harp. All these people in the same service. We're in the same word. Y'all all right? Yes, sir. I just want us to get it right. Yes, sir. Before this thing wind up on them. It's coming to a close. Won't be much longer. We'll be getting out of here. We just want to be right. All right? Yes, that's two.